All right, welcome to the keys breakdown where I'm giving you little tips and tricks of how you can start using these inversions and these transitions into real songs. And today we're going to break down Tasha Combs' Break Every Chain. All right, so we're starting today using our C inversion. We have our first inversion, or our C on top, our second inversion, or our C in the middle. And of course, you always have your hand position number one, or your root position, okay? So with Tasha Combs, what she likes to do in this song, it's only 4 chords to this entire song. And we're going to play it obviously in the key of C, but we're going to start actually on an A minor, all right? And as you can see on the sheet music, which is downloadable for you as well, you have a minor, which is, you see on your sheet music, a A, there is power. And then the next chord is a F, right? Which you already know. And then from there, it goes to a C. Now, normally before we would go right here, right? But you can see I have a C in the middle, or this will actually be a C, our second inversion, okay? So we're gonna actually go from our there is power to our F in the name. And when we get to Jesus, we're gonna start using, for this song, we're gonna use our second inversion to the C in the middle. And remember how to get there. We go from our first, our root position, the C. We just move this E up one, using 1, 2, and 5, our fingers. That's the first inversion. And then we're just gonna move our E up again. And we still have those same notes, C, E, and G. So we're gonna use this inversion. And remember that transition trick we did on the last video where we went from our C to the G? Well, that's exactly what they're doing on this song right here. So they're going from the C to the G. So that's really, if you wanna even break the song down, just learn 2 different parts. Learn from your A to the F, and then just learn your transition, your C in the middle, your second version, and then your G. So transition 1, I can add a single note in my left hand with it, A to an F, C in the middle, and I still keep the root note in my left hand. No matter if I invert the chord, I still keep that C there. And then to a G, just by moving these 2 fingers. All right, so let's try playing this song to a little bit of rhythm. We'll start off with a basic rhythm in our chords. We'll use a single finger in our left hand, all right? So we'll start with the verse. 1, 2, 3. There is power in the name, to the C of Jesus. There is power, to the F in the name, to the C, to the G. There's power. She keeps going to the F, to the C. Break every chain, break every chain, break every chain. All right. So you see how that goes. We just incorporated one little movement by inverting one C chord, and we put it with the rhythm, and now we have a new song to add already, just as simple as that, all right? But we're not done yet. Remember, we can do so many different things with these other tricks and stuff that we learned. We obviously have our single note, but what if I wanted to play it in octaves? I could do that with our octaves, right? So let's try this same rhythm, same song, but let's just add an octave in our left hand. So we start on the A minor. So I have an A octave in my left hand. Ready? 1, 2, 3. There's power to the F in the name of Jesus. C. Remember movement. There is to the A in the name of Jesus, to the G. There is power, F in the name, C. Break every chain, break every chain, break every chain. Let's play it again together. There keep playing. There's power in the name of Jesus. Excuse my singing. There is power to the F again. C in the middle. To a G. Back to A minor. Break every chain. Break every chain. And if you want to end from here, you can go to your C first inversion or to your C on top. That's just another way to end if you ever want to know how to end that song. All right, so great job. That is your keys breakdown for Break Every Chain. Now from that, for you guys that are maybe a little bit more advanced and you've been working on this video for a while and you want to know, hey, how can I spice this up just a little bit? Well, you can still use some of these simple little tips and tricks I've shown you before. You remember when we was doing the little seesaw pattern where I used my 3 and the 5 and the 1 note, 2 notes, 1 note? Well, we can still do this same thing for this song. So if we start it back over, there is power in the name of Jesus. So I'm just going, so I'm playing my A minor, I'm playing my 2, 2, 1, then I go to my F, 2, 1, 2, 1, then I go to my C, same thing, C in the middle. I'm just playing my C and the G, and then, my C and the E, and then the G, still the same pattern, 2, 1, and then the G. So I'm actually bouncing on this G for the C chord and the G chord. Alright, so let's play it. 1, 2 with the seesaw. There is power in the name of Jesus. There is power in the name of Jesus. See how that goes? I could play octaves. Break every chain, break every chain, break every. Let's end it with the C on top. All right, so that is one way that you can start adding a little bit more flavor to it. Now, one other way that you can do, spice it up a little bit, is adding your arpeggios. Now, I've covered this a little bit before, and I'll get more and more into arpeggios as we go more lessons in a little bit. But one quick way that you can do arpeggios is the same rhythm, starting on the A. So remember, our arpeggio is kind of like playing a broken chord. So it's in our right hand, I'm just, instead of playing all the notes together or 2 at 1, I'm just going to play 1 at a time, right? So I can go play the chord and then play arpeggio, and then go to my next chord, F, and then play the arpeggio. Then I can go to my C chord, play the arpeggio, C in the middle, and then to my G chord. There is power in the name of Jesus. There is power in the name of Jesus. There is power in the name of Jesus. Break every chain, break every chain, break every chain. You see how the arpeggios work? And that is up to you to flow in between all of these different motions of freedom. I mean, that is music. That's the mentality I want you guys to adopt. It's more than sitting at the piano and just looking at a piece of paper and saying, I have to play it exactly this way. No, you don't. That's the advantages of having lead sheets. It's a guide. So I'm giving you the chords, you know, the A, the F, the progressions, which is one of our principles. But within that, I want you to also be able to sit at the piano and say, hey, I can play just regular, or I can seesaw it, or I can go arpeggio with octaves maybe. You know, maybe both hands arpeggio. You know, so that's the freedom of taking these lessons and learning this style of playing. All right, so enjoy practicing this song. I look forward to seeing you guys on the next lesson. And just like the song says, I hope you continue practicing your piano and breaking all of those chains. And I'll see you guys at the top, at the tip top. You know what time it is. It's keys time.